And we are live.
Actually, finally live.
I know. We want to apologize to all of our family and everything. We were doing the undoing, and we thought it was easier to record it. And yeah, that's what we did. We used the premiere. I was taking advantage. It was really fun.
Nice new things, right?
Yeah. Well, do you like the premiere? How do you like that?
Yeah, I do like it. And you did all the hard work, so thank you, Linda. You recorded it and you did the uploading, and then I just talked to you before, and I just talked or chatted in the chat. So thank you, Linda.
Yeah,
I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea how to record in OBS, but
and then I didn't think about it till later was to add the pictures to and that was really kind of
very
cool.
nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
I like that, but that's a lot of work. And I'm gonna say to any of the creators that did oh my gosh, Otilla, hi, how are you?
Oh my goodness, such a long time. Hey,
Thank
Otilla.
you for showing up. You know what? I've been wanting you to come forever and ever and ever and ever. And thank you. Oh, my computer just said let's chat just went live on YouTube. I know that delays are so weird, right there. It's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, I just got notification on my phone.
See? And Phil showed up, but he says food, be right back. So
such a tease. I want some food too. Oh my god.
Yeah, me too. I want some
I've
food.
been eating my everything's away. I don't know. I've been working with a drill around the house and eating crap. That's so not good for me.
Oh, well, I don't like to eat crap, but I do. I actually I haven't I haven't been cooking for months and months now. I went through kind of like a rough time and everything, and so I did DoorDash a lot. I did cook a few times, but that brings me to well, usually we do a news segment, everybody, but today I'm like tired because the news is just making me tired. It's the same old thing all the time, right? But I was going to ask you, what foods do you like to eat or make during the winter? Because it's finally cold over here today in California. It's finally cold.
It is. And by the way, so apologies for the noises. The neighbors are tomorrow is the garbage pickup day, so you may hear noises in the background. Sorry about that. So as far as foods, I do comfort foods, Polish comfort foods.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, all kinds of weird stuff. I don't even know proper names for it, but it's I gotta say, I don't make it. I ask my mom to make it. I don't even ask my mom to make it. I kind of say, "Oh, it's been a long time since." And she's like, "What's been a long time?" I'm like, well, that thing that you make. And next time I'm gonna see her, I'll probably have a pot full of that. So I'm kind of like, well, she loves making. It's not like I'm making her. She has fun doing that. So. And I just love it. And my mom is one of those Polish ladies who will feed you until you can't move with all kinds of stuff. So she does that. But at home right now, I just want to eat. Like again, this is me, and during COVID times and the depression times, so I eat whatever I have on my nightstand right now, which actually includes angel food cake too. It's unopened. Really? I know it's an open one. But anyway, give me some inspiration, Linda. What do you eat during winter?
Well, let's see.
Hey, Sun TV, I just noticed. And
my
DA popped in. Hey, DA.
Hi, DA. I'm so happy to see you. And look who's here. Otilla, my California comadre. She made it today, and I'm so happy. And Santivia, my sister, we love you all. We're just trying to keep everyone together and have our friends together and everything. And we've been trying, and it's really difficult during these pandemic days of our lives, right?
Oh my God.
But thank you, family, for showing up. We really appreciate it.
So nice to see you all.
Well, let's see, since I'm half Japanese and half German,
Mm-hmm.
my father's parents are German. They spoke German in the house. So we had all
Mm-hmm.
those lovely German dishes. And then my mother,
Yeah.
being Japanese, we have a lot of Japanese foods that we eat in the winter. And one of them is called shabu. In
Okay.
the United States, they call it shabu shabu.
Mm.
But in Japan, it's
It's so good
shabu.
you have to say it twice.
Yeah, you got to say it twice over here, but over there, you say it once. And what it is it's like a boiling pot on the middle of the
Mhm.
table, and it's usually flavored, a little bit of flavor, not very much, like not very much sodium or anything like that, just tiny bit. You wouldn't even
Mhm.
notice. But they give you very paper thin slices of meat, like
Okay.
pork or
Is it like a
beef.
fondue?
What?
Like a fondue, you dip
No,
that oh,
it's water. It's like a boiling
yeah.
soup broth. It's
Okay.
fondue is like cheese more
Oh,
or fried.
the way I do fondue sometimes is I have boiling water and I just dip the meat. I usually do
Mhm.
chicken in it, and I just
Oh, well, maybe it is
okay.
similar. And what we have are udon noodles, ramen noodles, the
Mhm.
glass noodles, and we have different vegetables, all kinds of veggies. There's carrots, tofu, uh,
Mhm.
let's see, what else do we have? Onions, cabbage,
Oh my gosh.
carrots, and they put this beautifully sliced all by your where you're sitting or at
Yes.
home. My mom makes it at home, and you you dip the meat like in the broth, but just for like a second because the meat is so paper thin, or
And it's
seafood.
raw, right? It's raw and you kinda,
It's
like, cook
raw.
it there for a moment. Yep.
Yeah, just for a moment.
That's how I would do the, savory fondue.
Yes, and then we have a
Delicious.
dipping sauce, and then we have
Mhm.
rice, and you dip this in it's kind of a vinegar-based soy sauce,
Oh
and,
my.
you dip the either the noodles or the tofu or the broccoli, and you could do it all vegetarian, so,
Mhm.
DA, you can have it all vegetarian, no meat, or you can have it seafood and veggies, or you can do, beef, which is the main thing is the
Mhm.
beef. And I love it. It's my favorite. I'll eat it in the summer. I'll even eat in the
Mhm.
summer, but I
'Cause
usually
it's
go
light
there.
enough, right, for summer.
Yeah, well, yes, but you're the steam and everything from the pot that get the family sits around this
Mhm.
pot is like in the middle of the table. So
Okay.
it could get warm, but
Okay.
that's usually my birthday lunch. I usually go with my girlfriends, and there's a shabu place nearby, and we go for my birthday. I
Oh,
went last year, and every year, but this year,
mhm.
da 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 da.
Ta-da.
No,
Do you have the pot
it was like,
do you have the thing for it so you can make it at home for yourself if you wanted to?
yeah, I have like the little butane. I have
Yes.
the like little butane. What is that?
Yeah, like a little
Cooking.
dish that you put under it, right?
No,
You
it's like a
pour
cooking stove with
oh,
butane, and I put it on the table, and I have a big pot that sits on it.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
oh, wait a minute. There you go. DA. It's called shabu shabu.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And you could look it up on YouTube or Google or whatever. It's basically just the best dish, and you would like it, DA, because you can do it all. Oh, I'm sorry, DA. I saw your message, your comment. I know this lags a little bit. So
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, like a camping stove, exactly, Santivia.
Okay.
And we use them. We buy them in the Japanese store with the little cartridges, and
Mhm.
that's what we put because we do sukiyaki like that, and we do
What
all
is that?
kinds of different
Oh, by
dishes.
the way, I have there's an echo. Oh, not an echo. What do you call it? I can hear myself on your end there. Hi,
Oh,
Alan.
hi, Alan. Thank you for showing up. Yeah. So, anyone interested, you
Mhm.
really should make this dish. It's wonderful. We use the Chinese cabbage, and there's a it's a glass noodle, but they make it out of yams or bean thread. And when you
Wow.
cook them, they're clear noodles. They're not the rice noodles, everybody. We use a different kind of noodle. So I buy those at the Japanese store, and like I said, they're
Mhm.
really yummy, and that's one of the main things. Or sukiyaki, we have that in the winter, American style or German, whichever. I do a lot of soup,
Oh, nice.
homemade soup. Like I make the best potato leek soup. Um,
Ooh, I do love potatoes and I do love leeks. I do love the salad, but I never had it actually cooked leeks. Cool.
oh yeah, the
I do
leek.
like the leek salad for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Fresh leek salad.
I make potato leek soup. That's a nice veggie soup to make. I also love split pea, but instead of
Oh my,
ham, I
yeah.
use that. You know how in the store you can buy the smoked turkey leg? You
No,
ever
I didn't
seen
know
that?
that. No.
Okay, well, they sell them here, and it's just one turkey leg that's been smoked. You
Oh,
got to cook it.
wow.
So I
Okay.
just simmer it. I simmer it for hours, like 3, 4 hours until the
Mm-hmm.
meat comes off. And then I use that water and that meat from the turkey
Yum.
to make the split pea. But the taste and the look is just
Uh-huh.
like ham, but it's
Oh my.
turkey.
And it's
And
a smoked flavor too. I
yeah,
love that.
so it doesn't taste like turkey. It
Yep.
has the texture and smell of ham, but you're having
Yeah.
turkey. So, what about you? Any other kind of
Oh,
wintry meals?
the only cooking I've been so bad this week. Okay, I actually had KFC twice. I had a gyro,
Ooh.
and I think what else did I have? I didn't have panda. I know. Shocker. No, seriously. I did have KFC. That was so good and so awful at the same time. So I was eating so bad. It was awful. But the
Mhm.
only thing that I actually cooked was for Luna. She's having stomach issues, my poor cat.
Oh
So
no.
I know, but she's okay. She's fine. So I've been cooking. I've been cooking for her. It's the rice, and it's not even cooking. It's just throw rice in a pot and some chicken, and that's it. So I've been cooking for my cat, not for myself. But I did eat something very interesting I think over the weekend. Those were sauerkraut. It looks like a fudge, what do you call it? Like a breaded meat, meaning like for example, what is it, like breaded chicken breast? But it's not
Uh-huh.
chicken. It's breaded sauerkraut patties.
Oh,
I know.
nice.
I know. It was so freakishly good, and it was made with
Mm.
um mushroom, and not the mushroom, not the white mushroom or portabella. It's like the Polish
Okay.
mushrooms. So
Oh,
it's like the fungi, not the
fun
actual
guy.
mushroom. I call it
Is
the
that like a
fungi.
fun guy that you drink with, or
No,
is that a fun guy that
it's like
you
it's
pick
one
out
of
of the
them
ground?
fancy. No, I wish, right? No, it was one of them fancy mushrooms, very thin stem and like a very thin,
Uh-huh.
top.
Okay.
And so not a regular mushroom, a completely different taste. Oh, by the way, there's an echo again. Oh, so I don't know if you have that volume up. So yeah, that was delicious. And at first I'm like, okay, a patty that looks like breaded chicken, but it's not chicken because it's sauerkraut. Like I said, delicious stuff. Weird things I would have never thought of that, but
Oh,
my kid likes my oldest one likes cooking, so
oh, well, I've been cooking since I was 7. I love cooking.
oh, she's been
What
cooking since she was 2 and she burned down the kitchen almost. Almost. That wasn't my kitchen though. So yeah,
nice.
oh my god, it's so bad.
Let's see. Well, the first time I cooked, I was 7, but my mom was asleep. So it
Right?
was
Isn't that the best time to cook?
yeah,
That
yeah.
was at
She
my parents' house. What's your story? You were 7. What did you do for your mom, or what did you make for your mom?
No, I didn't make it for her. I made it for me. She was asleep.
Oh,
And
oh, okay.
I made scrambled eggs because I watched her all the time.
Aw.
No one taught me. I just
You just
watched
watched.
her. So
Yeah.
I made scrambled eggs, and then my mom got up, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a beating,"
Oh
because
no.
she went in the
Why?
kitchen, and I was like,
All covered in stuff?
no, 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 but I hadn't cleaned the dishes or anything yet.
Oh.
And my mom says, "What did you do?" And I said, "Well, I made scrambled eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at me and I thought, oh, there it is. I'm going
Oh
to get it.
no.
And she said, that's very nice. She goes, that's good. Where did you learn? I said, watching you. She says, oh, okay. She goes, but next time, make sure you put butter in the pan before you cook the eggs because they were
Oh,
like stuck to the
stuck
bottom
to
of the pan. I didn't see that part,
Oh,
but she wasn't
that's
mad.
nice.
She was actually happy. And
Oh.
I was scared, like, oh, I
Oh,
was,
I'm sorry.
doing something I wasn't supposed to be. But no, it's okay because I guess my nature is I've always cooked and I
Yes.
just cook things by watching people
Mm-hmm.
or making recipes up.
Isn't
So
that fun
yeah.
experimenting with stuff? I don't remember. Well, what is it with me and my family burning down kitchens? Okay, I almost burned down the kitchen because, and by burn down meaning like fire going up in the
Oh,
ceiling and shit.
oh my goodness.
Stuff. I'm sorry, I'm on your channel, so
Okay,
I'll
but
try not to swear.
let's be
But anyway,
careful of
so
our kitchen.
No, so actually, I everything that's frozen looks to me kind of the same. And I was home alone. I think I don't know. I was maybe 7-ish, maybe
Okay.
7.5, maybe not 6, but 7,
Okay.
because that's based on the school when you go to school in Poland. So my mom was at work, and I wanted to make. Isn't it like the one? Oh, I looked it up. I think it's called blood pudding.
Oh,
Um,
yes. Okay.
that was a
And
traditional dish.
excuse me one moment. My dog is barking at the
Yeah.
ghost. We have a ghost in the backyard,
Ooh.
and it's that time of the day where she barks.
Ah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, my mom told me that it's gonna be in the freezer, and you just need to take it out and put it in a pot. Do it on low heat, and she showed me how to turn it on and everything. I don't know. She had a lot of trust in me. And so there I was coming back from school, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get myself some yummies. And then I opened the fridge. I'm like, okay, this looks like it. I put that thing. Yes, everything that is frozen looks the same to me. Sorry, not like that. It just looked the same. And it turns out, what is that weird thing where you have like bits and pieces, some kind of, it's called something cheese. It's like a deli thing. Weird name for it. I don't know what it's called here, but it turns out that it wasn't blood sausage. It was something different. And that thing would not melt because it's like try to melt sausage. Like you can't
Oh,
melt it. It's a sausage. And blood pudding, it's a chunk, but when you put it on a stove and it gets warmed up, it becomes like a paste kind of thing with
oh,
pieces of food in
okay.
it. But anyway, so I was trying to really melt it and hug hug something, yeah,
Like
something
head
like that.
cheese?
Yeah, maybe that, something like that. Yeah. So that thing wouldn't melt, and I'm like trying to cut it up with something, and it's like burn, like already you can see smoke and everything is like
Oh,
dark in the
goodness.
kitchen. I didn't notice it because the smoke goes up, right? But anyway, and then it kind of caught on, not fire, but it was like making weird sounds, and like I'm like, no, I give up. So my mom was terrified, like, no, okay, child, this is what you're supposed to do, and it was like on the other shelf. So anyway. And my daughter almost burned the kitchen down because she was making mac and cheese, and she didn't know that you can maneuver the heat differently. No, low, high. She just put on high.
Oh,
So
oh
she's
goodness.
like,
Oh
oh, there
my
we go.
goodness.
And I called her. After that, I called her. No, the first time she was trying to do it, and I called her before she did it. And she was 2, and she was climbing on the counter, trying to reach the cabinet all the way up, the highest cabinet that there is, behind the shelf. I'm like, what are you looking for? And she's like, oh, my favorite whatever cup or whatever she was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I was just terrified that she didn't fall, that she would fall and all that. But anyway, so she's always been doing stuff. Crazy kid, almost burned herself. Yeah, probably that's the name, I think, of it. That thing does not melt at all. I found out early in my life.
Well, he was cracking me up about that everything that is frozen
Yeah,
looks
I know.
the same to me. Frozen head of a cow. for
I
a
know.
plate of ice cream. Oh my gosh, that's
Well, if it's
so
frozen,
funny.
like how can you tell? If it's in Poland, there were no boxes, pretty boxes when I was young. It was like we had dinosaurs back then, okay? We didn't have pretty wrappers, so everything was
Oh,
wrapped up in paper.
Alan, are you talking about head cheese with crackers? Is that what it is? I heard of it, but I've never eaten it. And
It's
I've eaten a lot
Mhm.
of really weird things
And that is very
in my
strange. It
life.
looks weird to me. I never liked that. Tried it once, and I I've tried all kinds of stuff. That's edible, but to somebody maybe like crazy, like who eats that stuff? Well, I do, but that I won't have that. No,
Mm.
it looks funny. They're like chunks of it, chunks in that stuff, and not all are the same texture. So it's like you're biting and it's like you never know what you're gonna bite into. It's like I thank you. I like to know what I'm biting into.
Well,
Um,
I've eaten tons of very strange things
mhm.
because of my grandparents on both
Yeah.
sides, my mom. So, what is the weirdest what is the weirdest or grossest, even if you didn't like it, thing you've eaten?
Oh my god, this is so bad.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh my god, chicken brains.
Oh, okay, that's just nasty.
And not my
Okay.
pet chicken, okay? People who know the story. Not my pet
Ooh.
chicken. Yep, and I was begging for it. It was so freakishly good. Yeah. I was a kid. I was a yeah, I was very young and I didn't know any
Mm.
better.
Well, yeah, I was a child too, and my mother made me all kinds of really nice dishes, and I won't eat them today, but thank you, Alan. So I guess that is a Southern delicacy. Okay,
Mhm.
that's nice. And Comadre says, yeah, the texture is a huge part of food. You know,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that the texture thing is really a big deal. Me,
Mhm.
no, I'm not, except for a
Really?
couple things, but I'm more on what something looks like.
Hmm.
I'm like I don't
Mhm.
want to eat brains. I've seen cow brains and all kinds that are cooked.
Mhm.
I can't. It's that tryptophobia thing where you see the brain, and I don't care if you cut it up. I still imagine the brain as a whole. So
Oh,
I'm not eating
oh
those. Like
my.
no, 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 no.
I ate it
Um,
out of the chicken's head.
yeah, yeah, no, no, thank you. You could be on like what is that?
I was such a
Who's
weirdo.
that? Who's that TV, that movie Harrison Ford did?
I don't know.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Remember the one where it was the Temple of Doom and they
Yes.
go into there and they eat all that weird stuff like eyeballs
Yeah.
and
No, but I
monkey's
was cooked. It
brains.
wasn't raw or
Oh.
anything. It was basically it was at my grandma's and they cooked the whole chicken with everything. Obviously, they would take out the guts and stuff, the dirty stuff, but everything else, it was the neck, the feet. I didn't eat that. We played with I have a lot of cousins there. And we would just play with the little feet and like, no playing with your food. So we would hide that. Oh my gosh. It was like, yeah, that was a weird childhood I had. And yeah, that's the grossest thing besides the meat off of the neck of a chicken.
Mm.
I know, and the liver and
Oh, I love the
kidneys
liver of a
and
chicken, but
hearts.
and the turkey, but not beef.
Yeah.
Santivia says my dad gets home from Alabama.
Uh-huh.
And my mom immediately
Yeah.
asks, "Did he bring?" Now, how do you say that? Souse or sous? Is it
Mhm.
French or is it? I don't know what that word is. You and Alan both have used it, Santivia.
Mm.
And then Comadre says that lengua. Yeah, I'm not into lengua because
What is that?
it's the tongue. It's the beef tongue.
Oh, yeah, no. I to
and
me, this
and it's a
looks very weird.
delicacy a lot of places. Yeah, that too. Yeah, okay.
Is it
You got me
chunky?
on the
Is it like very, very like
oh, so, what did I say? Souse, is that correct, Alan? The first one. Okay. Yeah, okay. So Comadre says gizzards and lengua. Yeah. the tongue, beef tongue of tacos. It's really popular down here in LA. And but tongue is popular everywhere, but
What
I
kind of
don't like
texture
it.
is it? Is it like very firm?
Yeah,
Chewy?
and
Yeah,
gizzards.
I
They're
don't do
very
chewy.
chewy. They're like you can chew it for like an hour
Like
and
chewy
it won't
soft or
change.
chewy like
It's like eating erasers. Like put an
never had
eraser
that.
in your mouth and just I don't like it that I can't break it down.
Hmm.
Some Japanese foods are kind of like that, like
Oh
octopus
wow. Oh
and
no, I don't do well with that.
abalone because it just you just chew it and it doesn't like break
It's like it doesn't want to
apart.
get eaten. I want to stay in your mouth forever. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah, and you gotta basically swallow it.
Oh
Oh yeah,
no.
I love the chicken turkey livers, Alan, really a lot. And I the gizzard. My mother loves fried gizzards. My mother,
Isn't that also chewy?
yeah, that's true. But my mom eats all those
Huh.
chewy, hard to eat things, and I'm like,
Interesting.
I. It's not the flavor. It's not the flavor on those. It's just that I don't want to eat something. See, I don't like fat on the steak. I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah, I don't like it. So all that fat on the edge. When I was a child, everybody ate that. My father, grandfather, they ate that.
I mean, that's where a lot of flavor is. That's what I've been told.
No, I would just throw up. I would just
Yeah,
throw
no,
up.
I get it.
And I would try to cut it off. And back then, when we were poor, you know, my mom was like, "You're gonna eat that." I'm like, "Well, no, I'm not." And I would have to sit at the table till like midnight. But I just didn't like. I just didn't like it. And so anything that's kind of like that fat like that, I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna eat it. What is the word for that on the edge? That big strip of fat that's like on the edge of the steak. It's not.
I don't know.
They don't call it fat. They call it something else. But anyway, I don't want to eat that. And I still don't, thank goodness, because now they say
all my steaks are trimmed to the point of just
yeah. Now they're telling you don't eat too much beef liver because it's got too much cholesterol.
I mean, isn't that where the toxins go? Isn't liver filtering and kidneys filtering stuff?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's just that it's like very loaded with cholesterol. It's really bad for you cholesterol wise. It's the filtering is like, oh, who cares? I mean, we ate dirt when we were kids. Come on, just admit it. You dropped something.
I did make dirt pies.
Yeah,
mud pies. I call them dirt, not even mud.
And we're still alive. We're still alive. So I think people today they don't go out enough. They don't go outside enough. Kids, people get sick now because they're not touching stuff. They, you know, I don't know. When we were kids, we just didn't fear germs and things.
Oh my God.
I don't know what happened. What happened?
You know, the craziest part, when you said that we ate dirt, I imagined myself during summer vacations. I was in the backyard. My grandma had a farm. And they, like on any farm, like they kind of are very careful with throwing out garbage and trash. They had a special bin for broken jars and stuff, just for jars. And me and my cousins, my goodness, we were playing over there. We were making all kind. And there was, you know, the dare, like, I dare you to eat this. I dare you to try it. And it was like rotten cabbage with dirt and some leaves and some grain that we found somewhere. Probably ducks pooped on it or something. Like, I dare you. I don't know how I didn't die. I have no idea. Maybe in the middle of all that making those dirt pies, I must have eaten an antidote to something. And I was the kind of kid who, when I was dared, I would take the dare just for the fun of it.
Oh, okay.
Very bad.
But I'm trying to. Is there a timer? There it is. I'm sorry, I lost the timer. I'm keeping track so that make sure we don't go too long. God made dirt don't hurt exactly, Santivia, right? I mean, look, we survived everything. And now,
oh my
No one
gosh.
can survive anything,
Can
so
you
I don't know what's
imagine
going on.
it's like in the neighborhoods, like in the suburbs, for example. I live in the suburbs, right? And
Mhm.
I can imagine my kids were missing out on
Oh.
like the dirt, like the mud baths. Like my cousins and I, we would go and let's say there was like the nicest, softest mud like in the back roads. So we would bring buckets of water, pour and water all over that dirt road. I don't know
Oh.
whatever it was, and it was like just for not for locals only. There was a main street, and back. In the back there was this just for the fields, right? So we would wait for when there was no whatever traffic there. We would put water there and just basically have a mud bath, like
Oh.
literally. Like the fancy type. We would
Yeah.
sit in the grass like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this on me. And my goodness, my grandma and my aunt were furious with us. Like we were like, what happened to your children? Are you okay? Did somebody beat you up? I'm like, we got lost. And I'm like, did we do something wrong? Like, lie, come on, you got it. Like, oh, we got lost. And like, what does getting lost have to do with you being covered in mud everywhere? But that was like these days you have to pay good money for it. And back
Yes.
then it was like any day could be a bath, in mud. Um,
Yes.
my kids never had that here. Well, kind of not, but
Well,
okay.
we had a great, I mean, everybody in the chat and we probably all had the best childhood. We had cartoons to watch on TV, great shows, and we could
Yeah.
all go outside and play and ride our bikes to
Yeah.
somewhere where our parents never knew where we were all day.
No, we left. Wasn't that the same thing for you? Like getting up in the morning, they got in a way they kicked us out. That was summertime. They
Yeah.
would kick us out, and we would come back quickly for like a sandwich, and we would usually send a volunteer like, "You have to go get food. I don't want to leave. No, today is your turn. You're getting food." So one of us would have to go bring food, and we were, out all day, and we'll come back when it was dark.
Well,
And
when I was a kid, when I lived up in Northern California, I had horses.
yeah,
So my girlfriends and I, we would pack our lunch and we would leave in the morning
uh,
and we would pack them on our horse and we would go riding and we would be gone all day and we would stop somewhere and tie our horses up
oh, nice.
under a nice oak tree and just have lunch
Mhm.
and we used to play like
Yeah.
that
Hey,
we were
Jake,
the
by the
bad
way, Jake
guys.
is here.
Oh, hi, Jake. Thank you for showing up.
Mhm.
Hey.
So nice.
And we would pretend
Mhm.
that we were the bad guys and that the sheriff and the sheriff's posse were after us and we were hiding out in the behind the rocks and we take our horses and gosh we used to have we just
Mhm.
had great imaginations when we were kids.
Oh, wasn't it nice?
Yeah, we had forts.
Ah,
Oh my gosh,
hey, CD.
Cardinal Doomsday,
So
thank
nice to
you
see
for
you.
showing up. I miss you so much. I'm so glad you could make it finally to one of the chats,
Perfect
one of the
timing.
streams. But our
Perfect timing.
imaginations were just phenomenal. I mean, that's why a lot of people wrote great books and things because imagination
Mhm.
was just so great. But what do the kids do today? Gosh, their phone
Mhm.
is actually part of
Yeah.
their arm. They don't get to go out and play unless they're parental supervised because
Yeah.
of stranger danger. And I don't like that. I feel bad for the younger
Yeah.
generation that they they can't just go out
I
like we
wonder
did,
what it
be
is.
lost all day and
I
just be
wonder. Yeah.
gone. And
I think a lot of us are thinking like at least I think like how in the heck did I survive what I've been doing as a kid? And I wasn't
mhm,
a bad kid or anything. It's just I guess the crazy risks I was taking and somehow I survived it and being out all day and nobody kind of cared every maybe I don't know what it was. Maybe they knew, maybe they didn't have time for us. Um and now we survived it and the kids this generation it's like okay I don't want my kid like oh my gosh I could have died you're not
yeah,
going anywhere you're staying home
yeah.
like this is not safe when I was a kid I almost died. So I wonder if it's that or we just have uh, obviously there are more people, right? Obviously, that the
Mm.
generation, and there's much more, I don't know, chances of meeting bad people.
Well,
I don't know what it is.
but the thing is, well, I watch a lot of true crime and I watch
Mhm.
Dateline and stuff, but a lot of the weird, and I'm talking like really weird serial killers were all like in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe a couple in the 90s, but that kind of like tapered off a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you note about the other kinds of crimes
Yeah.
dealing with children, a lot of that's online now.
Yeah.
And it's not like, well, yeah, there are kidnappings and things like that when you have
Mhm.
your back turned and somebody tries to steal your baby, but
Oh, that's a nightmare. Every
yeah,
parent
right,
probably
right.
has once in a while. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but
awful.
what I'm just saying is that a lot of this is online stuff. Like they
Yeah.
lure these kids
Yeah.
and they don't kids don't have the social skills that we did. My
Mhm.
mom used to say, "Don't go with a stranger and tell them no and never say our names and don't go with anyone that says your mom's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, your mom sent
My
me to pick you
my
up,"
yeah,
and you're
but
like,
there is
"No,
something,
I'm gonna
I
stay
think,
here."
not all of the kids are like that, meaning, like, some of the kids, for example, for me, I was very big on that, and I had my neighbor, a very nice older lady, she was nice enough, I was at work and I was about an hour away, and I had to, that was a good couple years back, and I had to, have my middle one picked up, and I forgot how old she must have been. I don't know, 12-ish, 11, maybe, whatever
Mhm.
it was. And so I asked this neighbor to pick her up if she could. So she was there, and she actually went to the school. And my Kim, her name, well, that's Samantha. Samantha was like, "Are you here to pick me up?" And they cleared it with the office at school, and everything was fine. She had to sign some stuff to pick my kid up, and so she was ready to call her. My kid was called to the office to go with her. She was sick, and she's like, I know you? I don't think I know you. And my neighbor was like, that was the cutest thing. She gave me the whole interview. She
Mm.
she's like, I don't think I know you. Where do I know you from? Well, you know your mom from the homeowners association. Like, I don't think I remember
Mm.
you. And she gave her like the whole, questionnaire, like, about me. What's my secret code for picking her up? And she gave her
Oh,
that.
wow,
Yeah,
okay.
and I had no idea. It was kind
Mhm.
of like I didn't talk to my kids saying, "Hey, you gotta have this lady, ask her questions that the right person picks you up." No, she just kind of knew. Like,
Mhm.
I don't remember you, but you're telling me you know my mom, and I was like, "Whoa, I didn't know I had such an outspoken kid."
Wow.
But then it turned out she's like the most outspoken one in the house right now of my kids. But it was funny, and my neighbor was laughing like, you won't believe it. She drilled me. I had no idea. I felt like I did something wrong.
Mhm.
She was laughing at it. I'm like, yeah, my kid is kind of like, no, she has no fear. Uh, not just because somebody says, "Come with me," your mother told me to
Yeah.
take you. Okay, ma'am. No, she's like, I
Nope.
don't know you.
Yeah. Well, speaking of kids and food, since we were
Hmm.
talking about food today, what are some of the childhood foods that you ate as a child, but you
Yeah.
won't eat today?
Oh, there's only, I think, one. Oh no. Okay, I will not eat any more chicken brains. Thank you very
Okay.
much. No, thank you. I mean, if you
Okay.
dare me, kinda, and I'm drunk. No, I don't even know if we can buy that stuff here.
Yeah, I
But
think you
anyway,
probably
uh,
could in some of the
so yeah,
neighborhood.
I won't eat that. I will not eat livers. I will not eat organs. No, thank you.
Mm.
I know what's in it. I don't want it. I
Oh,
would.
I still do.
Oh, there was one thing I got really sick. It was the first, I think, time when I actually came here to visit my dad when I still, I live in Poland. I was
Mhm.
visiting couple for a good couple summers and winters and any kind of break I had, to have the transition to be better. I was visiting him here, and for the first time ever, I noticed that there was something called a cantaloupe and
Oh.
honeydew. And my
Mm.
dad is like, oh, he'll give like, for, oh my gosh, he will spoil people rotten if he can. So it's like, oh, you like it? Okay, good. He bought me a whole tray, like, like a big ass tray of it. I ate the tray, and I have
Mm.
not had that since because I was sick for a couple days after that.
Um,
It was so good. It was delicious. I was about, I think, 11ish maybe when I had it for the first time. And last time, first and last, and I will never eat it again. And I have, I'm like ancient, so I have not
wow.
touched it yet since then.
Well, Kamadri
It was so
says
good.
Peeps and cat. Yeah, I won't eat Peeps anymore or Cadbury eggs. Here's
Oh, never
one
had
thing
that.
that I loved as a kid, but I won't eat them.
Hmm.
Well, two Pop Tarts. Ugh.
Oh.
And Captain Crunch. I loved Captain Crunch
It
cereal.
smells weird.
Ca-
It's like citrusy, isn't it?
which one?
Captain Crunch. It has like a weird
No,
texture.
no,
Like
but
it's kind of like,
it's really hard and it's
yeah, yeah. It's like
so
very,
sweet and oh,
very
crap.
crunchy, almost like hurting my gums. Crunchy, and it's like a weird taste. Like I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I never had. I just smelled it. Like no, I'm not having any of that.
You're
No
not
way.
missing anything, CD, if you never had a Pop Tart. Those are gross. They're really
Oh,
nasty,
I
but
tried it once and it's weird, but I did see if Canadian Sam was here, she would be like, "Oh no, I actually bought stuff for her, and hopefully I'll get it to her before Christmas." I
mhm.
bought all kinds of stuff. My kids loved Pop Tarts and still love it. It's like they're little, like, "Oh, I remember this when I was little." I'm like, "You're still little, but okay." I'm not
Well,
that little.
but Jake, did you eat sugary cereals when you were a child? That's what we're talking about. The childhood
Oh
things
my
that you
gosh.
ate as a
Oh,
child that you will not eat today.
the-
Oh gosh. Alan's like, I want a wild blueberry. No, Alan, the only Pop Tarts that I end up liking later on in life were
Mhm.
the chocolate Pop Tarts. Remember with the fudge in the middle because they're kind of like a brownie.
Oh.
So those are okay today for me, but I don't like I
What
don't like
about the
any of
pastry?
the
Is
others.
it doesn't it taste kind of like it's a raw and kind of like tasteless and it tastes like
Well, it
pie
tastes
crust
like
without
pie
flavor?
crust with jelly in the middle and it has icing. So, and you put it in the toaster and that's about it. But I can't eat them anymore. But I will, like I said, if I go to a friend's house and they have kids or whatever and I'm hanging out, if they have a
You're eating
chocolate,
kids' food, like, give me that, kid.
if they have a chocolate only,
Oh, nice.
then Phil is like Alan doesn't like milk. Okay.
Oh,
Cocoa
okay.
Pop. Oh, okay. CD says Cocoa Pops. Yes, we do have Cocoa Pops.
So, with that, have you okay, so my first cereal that I ever had and I fell in love with it, but again, I was in Poland and we didn't have it. My friend who had family in US had Fruit Loops, I can never say that
Oh,
word. Fruit
Fruit Loops.
Loops sent to her. And oh my gosh, the smell, the taste. And I obviously I was
Yeah.
a polite kid. I wouldn't like, stuff my face. I just had a little bit. I was in love with that cereal, but I didn't have it until actually my dad came here and he would be sending me stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! But now I still have allergies to certain fruits, so I cannot have that because they're artificial and natural flavors. So I don't want to die. But when we buy it and we buy it for the kids, I smell it. I open the bag
Okay.
and I like once in a I'll just like open the bag, take a nice whiff of that lovely fruity scent. I love it. I haven't
I
had it in years, but
I
it's
still like
delicious.
Lucky
That
Charms.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, because the
Oh,
cereal part
really?
is not sweet,
With
but it has those
marshmallow?
marshmallows in it. But I still
Huh.
like Raisin Bran and things like that. But I mean, kids cereal, like stuff I won't eat anymore. But one of the candies I used to love was cotton candy as a child, but I will
Oh
not
my.
I don't eat that anymore. But as
Here,
a
I'm sorry. What
kid,
kind
I
of did
loved
you
it.
have? Did
Huh?
you have the colored one or what
No,
kind?
just a regular pink cotton candy that
See,
at the fair
that's
that they made it right
yes.
there in
I
front of
have
you.
I have a f- I am upset at people here who make that cotton candy. That's not a proper cotton candy.
Mm,
No. Oh
mm.
my gosh. No, the proper cotton candy is without any flavors and without any colorants in it. It's the one, and it's
Mm.
made with I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of chemist who says it's the same sugar. I don't know, but it's made not with cane sugar. It's made with beet sugar, sugar beets, I think they're called.
Oh, okay.
My goodness, if oh if I could get like a cotton candy machine and make it, I tried it
Mhm.
once, but it didn't work out. I don't think I had proper sugar for it, or the machine was just messed up. But here, it's like it tastes like fake artificial stuff. If you ever get a
Well,
chance to get like a regular
yeah.
one, like
And another thing that I liked as a child, but I hate
mhm,
now, I is candied apples, and I'm not talking caramel apples because I
candy.
love caramel apples like a lot. But I
What is
used to eat those candied apples. Remember the with the
that?
red cinnamon candy around the apple, and I thought they were so good. But today they look beautiful, but it's like, ooh, I don't want
I
to eat that
I can't
anymore.
think. What is that? I mean, is that like let's see, candied apple? I
It's
can.
like a lollipop type hard
Uh-huh.
candy that's cinnamon flavor, that's around the apple, so it's like red and shiny. It's really beautiful, but
Okay, yeah, I think
I
okay.
don't like them. I don't like them,
Hmm,
but I love
mhm.
caramel apples still to this day, and, I will buy apples, and I
With
will buy
peanuts?
caramel dipping sauce, and I
Yeah.
will
Do you
eat
get the green ones, the,
yeah, Granny
Granny
Smith.
something?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you gotta
yeah.
have the kind of a tart apple with the
Yep.
sweet caramel, and it just oh my
I would
goodness,
do that as a
I love
dessert
that.
for my oldest one up until I became, allergic to apples. But I would do that. I would do it like homemade, and I would cut it up. I would not have it like on a stick because it's like a bunch of.
Oh, well, at the fair and stuff, when I
Oh
was a
yeah,
kid,
yeah.
you had it on a stick. There was nothing you could do but get all sticky face, sticky hands,
Mhm.
sticky everything, right?
True. It continued.
Maybe we should start eating those as adults. I mean, as a child, I didn't like that, but the sticky part, maybe that's we're supposed to eat those now. I don't know. Would that be appealing to anyone? You're on
Oh
a
my gosh.
date at the
Linda,
fair.
you're hitting the COVID hunger
I
now.
know, yeah, I've got COVID cabin fever,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
When you
Um,
stuff, yeah, I wonder. Jake says glucose is glucose. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, yeah, it should be the same, but I know the difference between like the taste. I don't know how maybe it's the way it's processed. Maybe it smells differently. It
mm.
shouldn't because, but I know in Poland we only had beet sugar. We didn't have cane sugar, and here it's only cane sugar, and
Well, no, we do have beet sugar
we
here, and
do.
we have cane sugar here, yeah, so there are
Hmm.
different sugars that are made sugar beets or cane, you just like
I
C&H is California, Hawaii
uh-huh.
sugar factory, and that's from the sugar cane, so but there
Okay.
are other sugars made from,
I need to look into that because there are some sugars I would buy that I didn't care for. I thought it's just, it's cane sugar, but it just tastes, it's processed differently. I never thought that maybe I was buying different sugar. I don't know.
mm.
Um,
Oh, Kamadri
mm,
says my favorite caramel apple is from, Marini's in Santa Cruz. I love Santa Cruz. Yeah, you saw my picture that I took of the Santa Cruz, the boardwalk area down there when I was young. Yeah, I love Santa Cruz. That's where The Lost Boys was filmed, the vampires on
oh.
that boardwalk there. That's in Northern California. It's beautiful up there. The water's gorgeous but cold. You could never really swim.
Mm.
But
Is that a dare, Linda?
board boardwalks and fairs, my favorite foods, corn dogs.
Oh.
Gotta have a corn dog, gotta have a
Mhm.
caramel apple. I have to have all the junk foods, like I gotta have the ice cream,
Yeah.
like the ice cream, the soft
Ice cream
serve
or
and ice cream
frozen? Yeah.
bars.
Yeah.
I have to eat all that stuff, all that stuff. Let me see. What are we
Nice.
saying here? My dad
Um,
used to get
yeah.
oh yeah, I've eaten sugar
Mm,
canes. I've eaten sugar canes. Let's see.
I have
Linda,
not.
when were you when you were young? Yeah, when I was young, like maybe a month ago. I'm old now. This is what
Oh my
COVID has
god.
done to me. It's aged
COVID.
me like 1,000
Oh.
years, okay?
Mm-mm-mm. I
Yes.
wonder, Linda, how much time do you have? I have a question that's gonna require
Let's see, what
somebody.
time is it? We're at 49. We have about 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question. I'm kind of not sure what to do. It turns out that I still haven't told my youngest that, there is no Santa.
Oh.
I had to confirm it with my middle one, because we're gonna be
Mm-mm.
doing the Christmas tree this weekend, I think. And I just need to get my stuff together. I asked her, "Did we tell him?" And she's like, "No, we did not. You told him you're gonna tell him," or something. Like, oh boy.
Okay.
So, and then I asked her. I actually wanted to. I wasn't in the mood, but I wanted to bring her on to my stream. 'Cause
Mhm.
I like her approach to stuff. She's such a fun
Mhm.
kid.
You should
Um,
one of these days. You should.
I need to bring her. Uh,
Mhm.
and she told me actually she preferred. I asked her, "Okay, so how do we tell it? Like, how do we tell him? He's
Well,
so into."
let's ask the chat. Don't ask me. I don't have kids.
No, but
I
like
I,
your
I have
perspective.
like
You remember when you were a kid, right? Did you believe in Santa? Did you have Santa? Did you celebrate
mm,
Santa? Was there Santa?
there was a Santa for me when I was about 3, and he was Mr. Cridge that lived across the street. He had a Santa outfit, and
So you knew there was no Santa since you're,
no, he came over dressed as Santa.
and you knew that.
Every No, I didn't. I thought he was Santa, but when I heard his
Okay.
voice,
Oh,
no,
you're like,
when I
oh,
heard his voice, I said, "Oh, it's Mr. Cridge," and everybody
oh
just
my God.
fainted. My
Oh,
grandparents, my dad, and he didn't come over anymore as Santa. And
oh,
I
that's so
loved seeing
sad.
Santa, but I was about 3 and I just
Oh.
blurted out his name because I heard his voice.
Did you
So,
did you ruin it? Well,
yeah,
ruin it.
I did. I ruined it for everybody. And I was
What about
only a
other
3-year-old.
kids? Did other kids hear it too?
No, it was just me. I was the only child, and
Okay.
yeah, and it was my grandparents, my
I
parents, and
wanted
then
to
Mr. Cridge
do.
came over, and yeah,
Mhm.
I know, CD, I just blew it because I was, yeah, yeah. So I blew it for
Oh my
myself,
God.
and he never wanted to come over.
Oh,
And
you
then the
broke
thing
his
is,
heart.
when I saw him, then I got confused because I was like, "Oh, that's Santa," but that was in my head, and my
Oh,
grandparents and no one could hear in my head saying,
yeah.
"Well, that's not Mr. Cridge, it's Santa," but they didn't hear that one. They just heard that I said, "Oh, Mr. Cridge." And oh my gosh, everyone just died. And I was like, my father
Mm.
till he died would tell me that story over. That's why I remember it, but he would always tell me that story
Yeah.
because I just disappointed the whole, I just ruined Christmas
Isn't that crazy that you
forever.
disappointed the adults versus adults disappointing you?
Yeah, I
I
was a
have to
3-year-old
I
that
yeah.
disappointed everybody, right? So let's ask the chat about
Okay.
what
What's your
is
approach?
LMR gonna do?
I
How
don't
is she
know.
gonna tell her son that there's no Santa? Yes,
But
Bill, thank
that's the
you.
thing. I need to bring her, like I said, just kind of to hear her approach to it because she told me he's a. Oh, let's
Well, you
go to
guys are
that.
just giving me the you just
I'm
yeah, just run me out of town now, okay? Because
all these years now, and I know Santa actually lives in Cal. Oh my gosh.
yeah, just run me out of town, guys. Okay, I'm sorry, this will be my last stream.
Oh my
All
god.
the everybody that hated me for ruining
So
Christmas are gonna run me out of town.
so
Thank
all
you.
these years, actually, I thought that I ruined it for my middle daughter, or my middle kid.
Oh,
It turns out that it wasn't me. I thought that I was sure that I told her that, and she told me that no, it was some friends who told her at school that there was no Santa,
oh.
and
Well,
that
I think it's better if you say than
yes,
or
that's
your
what I
child be
told her.
embarrassed
And I asked her,
at
why were you
school,
up?"
right?
Yeah, exactly, and I asked her, "So why were you upset with me? Because I told you and you were upset with me." And she was like, "Because in a way I felt like you were lying to me all those years." I'm like, "Okay, sorry."
Um, let's see. Santivia wants to know. Yeah, Elamar's got to tell her youngest son
But the
that
problem,
Santa
yeah,
does
is
not
not. Yeah,
exist.
but the youngest one, that's the thing because he is on autism spectrum. So
Mhm.
it's not the exact obviously same because he's a very bright kid, but
Yes.
what
Yes,
he likes
very intelligent.
pretending, but he likes pretending stuff. And I think he really, really wants to keep Santa thing real. And I don't know how to tell. I had a hard time telling my daughter, who's not on any kind of spectrum, but it's like, how do I break his little heart? Like, I don't know what to do. But I mean, oh my gosh, at this age, he should know there is no Santa. And I felt so embarrassed. I thought I told him last year. I guess I was going through stuff. I didn't tell him, apparently. Or maybe I was going to tell him right after Christmas, and all this stuff happened, and I never did. And I'm afraid. And my daughter said that I actually should tell him, just straight up tell him, sit him down and tell him. And she actually offered if I want her to tell him that. I'm like, no, I think I'm the parent. We can sit him down together.
Well, you can also make it where your daughter kind of says, hey, don't let mom know. Don't disappoint mom. But Santa isn't real, but don't let mom know that you know. I mean, you could do that. I don't know. Santivia says, say nothing, he'll figure it out.
But he wants to keep it that's the thing. He'll keep it forever. He'll be like oh my God. I don't know. I'm kind of afraid. He's the last one, and he loves it so much.
Oh, well then why don't you just leave this pandemic Christmas as the last one that
yeah. No, I'll tell him. I'm thinking about telling him after.
Oh, well, yeah, do it next year. Well,
but that's what I said last year.
A good year, because we don't know what 2021 is going to bring yet, right? We're still trying to get over this year. I don't know. I just hope that we're still around to do streams and things, because this is what's been kind of keeping me entertained during. I'm still in lockdown. I'm in LA. We've been locked down for over 9 months. I can go to another county, but why do I want to drive to another county just so I can sit outside at a restaurant? I mean, movie theater is closed, everything's closed. So I did manage to buy toilet paper the other day.
Are you kidding me? You still have issues with that?
Oh yeah, it's been gone, scarce for a month now. And I finally got it online at Sam's Club, and they're actually going to deliver it. So I don't even have to go to the store so I could be disappointed, stand in lines. So I got it. I kept ordering. They say, oh, it's gone. Finally, one time I did, bingo. I finally hit the order date, right when they had stock. So the last time I bought that Scott brand toilet paper was last July, and there's still about 10, 12 or 15 rolls or something. But I was like, oh, let me get another just in case, Yeah. We're all in friggin' lockdown over here, aren't we? In
I actually got my shipment of Clorox wipes, which I had them on order forever, for a couple of years now, because of my son's allergies for school. I actually had to buy him Clorox wipes for all that and for stuff. But they came in this week for the first time in months, and since COVID.
Yeah,
they were. I had it ship, what do you call it? Subscription. They would come once a month or something, or once every 2 months. They have not been delivered since, it started, and I got a shipment. It's whoa, that's amazing.
Oh, some people wants to know how old your son is. I forgot. I know
he is actually 12.
Okay.
I know. I should have told him
almost
that
a teenager now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But my excuse for that is, he's on spectrum, so it's a different approach. It's not like any other kid.
He probably knows and doesn't want to tell you. But
maybe that's the thing. I should ask him. I'll have my kid ask him. my daughter ask him, maybe. I don't know. I have to figure this out.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to run, but thank you everybody for showing up. It's been great.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, family.
Have a good night, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.